An unnatural gust of wind extinguishes your torch. You stumble in the sudden darkness. Two of your party members cry out, but their cries are immediately muffled, then gone. In the silence, you call out, and in the distance, one of your companions responds. There are two of you remaining: Anna Carathon, the cleric, and Tandros Creel, the fighter. You were sent to explore, but your goals have quickly shifted. You must find your missing party members and make it back to the surface with your lives. Room 1, The Lair. The room is cast in hues of purple from the glow of bioluminescent plants and in eerie green from mystic flames dancing along the walls. On the far side of the room is a small river, and to the right, darkness. You grope along the walls, feeling your way forward through darkened corridors, and notice splashes of green and purple light ahead. As you move forward, the narrow tunnel that you've been following opens up into a larger room. The room is cast in hues of purple from the glow of bioluminescent plants and an eerie green from the mystic flames dancing along the walls. As you cross into the room, you see the back of a hulking green troll bent over an iron cage. The troll looks like it comes from your homeworld. It seems that you and your fellow travelers were not the only beings summoned from Toril. The troll shifts its weight, and you catch a glimpse of Erevan Sunshadow, the Eldrin wizard from your adventuring party. He is locked in the cage, his eyes closed, as the troll pokes at him with the end of a wooden stick. You call out Erevan's name, and his eyelids jerk open, revealing the purple orbs of his eyes. The troll growls in irritation and turns to face you. As it turns, it reaches out its arm and bats the cage backwards into a pool of water. Erevan Sunshadow is trapped under the water. He can't breathe. You must save him and defeat the feral troll. Room 2, Drow Ambush. The room has no naturally occurring light. It is a complete mystery. The troll lurches forward. It groans, then collapses to the ground with a booming thud. As you wipe away the sweat of your brow, you hear a voice in the distance. You move toward the voice, and as you do, it grows clearer. Hey! You let me out of this blasted thing! By Avandra, I will get you creepy freaks when I get out of here! Are you listening to me? You will all taste the sting of my blade before this day is through. The voice is that of Derek Ambershard, a dwarf rogue and the fourth member of your party. You move through the cavern following the sound of Derek's angry ranting. As you move forward, the light behind you begins to fade away. Soon you find yourself in total darkness. You reach out your hand to feel your way along, but as soon as your fingertips touch the wall, you recoil as dozens of small spiders crawl up your arm. Repulsed, you frantically swat at the crawling sensations. Just as you feel you've rid yourself of most of the spiders, you see a purple glow emanating from a small stone. The unnatural light outlines the shadow of the figure in the dark. At the edge of the ring of light, you see the unmistakable dark skin and white hair of a drow. It begins to back out of the light, and you hear the movement in the darkness, but you cannot see to attack. You must get to the stone and use its light to your best advantage. Room 3, The Portal. Hundreds of spiders crawl along the floor and the walls. A stagnant pool of water fills the center of the room. The smell of death and decay lingers here. As the last of your enemies fall, you hear one of the drow warriors cry out in its death throes. Peloth will avenge us! You will not live to see daylight again. The darkness of this room is overwhelming and disorienting. It crowds in on the light from the stone, and despite your experience with enclosed spaces, you feel a sudden pang of fear, as though the walls are closing in around you. You move to one of the walls, following it wherever it leads, wanting only to get out of the darkness. As you move forward, you see a familiar purple glow coming from more of the luminescent plants you encountered earlier. They start off as sparse, thin vines, but as you move forward, more and more of the plants entwine with one another until the walls and floors are thick with them, lighting the entire room ahead in purple glow. In your driving desire to leave the darkness behind, you rush toward the light. As you break upon the room, your heart sinks. The room is filled with more drow and yet another troll. A drow dressed in dark robes and carrying a staff steps forward. Kill them! The drow spits in a hatred-laced voice. The portal is nearly open. We cannot allow them to interfere. Room 4, The Ancient Sanctum. The room's walls are lined with bright glowing lines of script in a language that you cannot read but do recognize. It is the same script that encircled the wellspring used to summon you into this world. This room contains power. That much is clear. Your limbs burn with exhaustion. You slump against a rock outcropping, breathing heavily. What could have brought so many villains to one place? Could the portal that the drow mentioned be one of the wellsprings that Jandar spoke of? Your thoughts are cut short as a brilliant white-blue light flashes through an entryway in the wall. The ground begins to shake and a deafening tone reverberates through the room. The tone dies down to a low rumble. Bits of ceiling begin dropping down from all around you. You get up and race for the source of the light, dodging falling rubble as you go. The entryway opens onto a large room. The room's walls are lined with bright, glowing lines of script, belonging to a language that you cannot read, but do recognize. It is the same script that encircled the wellspring used to summon you into this world. At the back of the room, a black dragon unfurls its wings as it stands up on its hindquarters. The dragon speaks in a triumphant voice. Utgar will be pleased. The secret of the ancients has been unlocked. A green liquid sprays from the dragon's maw. You narrowly dodge the spray and watch as the bubbling fluid eats its way through the solid stone floor. The dragon writhes in pain and rage as it declares, "This is not over. The sanctuaries of the ancients spread out under the surface of this land like a web. Their knowledge and power will belong to Utgar." As the dragon finishes speaking, the script on the wall shines out even brighter, dazzling your vision. The light then dies back down and goes out completely. The dragon has vanished. A tingle prickles up your spine as you consider the dragon's words. You leave this place with a deep understanding that the war in Valhalla has changed drastically. How many more of these places has Utgar discovered, and what secrets do they hold?